What's up, everyone? Hope the month of July was as profitable for you as it was for us. We're up 22% in the month of July in our trading. You're more than welcome to check out apexbull.com for more information, how you can join and receive those signals yourself. But the big question now is what to do in August, right? And since we had a very risk-on type of rally in all asset classes from Bitcoin, ETH, to SP 500, NASDAQ, Dow Jones 30, and gold and US dollar has finally pulled back a little in the last couple of weeks. We are right now in an overstretched conditions of the market. So chasing them here, meaning buying something like euro dollar, you have to pick your points, not just blindly buy because markets never move in a straight line, just like they weren't moving in a straight line when they were going down. Now that we've finally had the pullback in the indices and risk assets, we have to ascertain whether or not we should be looking for sells or buying the dip. So to look at all that, we will analyze a few charts, S&P 500, Bitcoin, and what's going on overall with the economy, because that's another big question. Last week, the GDP came in, and there was a second GDP read that is negative, and that means we are in a recession, according to all the economists and all the circle jerk on the TV. But the question remains, how come if the economy is doing so shitty, and with high inflation still rampant, why did the markets rally? And the markets rallied on the fact because it's a bear market rally. So nothing, like I said, nothing goes down in a straight line. And those times when you're like asking yourself a question, what the fuck is going on? The economy seems to get worse and worse. Every day you get headlines like Amazon firing 100,000 people, or something like that, or Google is doing a freeze, or somebody's cutting a labor force by 10%. All these crypto companies are firing people left and right. So there's going to be a lot of unemployed people with higher, ever increasing prices on food and shelter and everything, and transportation. That means the economy is going to be contracting because less money will be able, people will have less discretionary spending power. So with all of that going on, with ever shittier jobs, more and more people getting fired, and unless you, again, they count an Uber driving as a legitimate job. No, it's not a job. It's a gig that you do because you don't have a job, a normal job, right? You barely make ends meet using Uber or delivering food, and that's a pretty pathetic way to live. I mean, not to be disparaging to people, but yeah, not fun. So, with everything that's going on, why did the markets go up? Well, because they were getting oversold, and the sentiment, meaning everybody who were trading it, they were positioned on one side. And when everybody's positioned on one side, markets tend to liquidate those traders by going the opposite way. So now that it's done its job, is what we're going to be looking and examining in those charts right now. I'm going to take a look at S&P 500 as we reach the very critical resistance point. Are we going to be turning around there? Are we going to go further up? Same thing with Bitcoin, and same thing with US dollar and currency pairs. So let's dive in. We'll take a look what's going on and prepare ourselves for the August and month of September. Short, by the way, a month of August usually tends to be a very lackluster month. Why? Well, because most of the hedge fund managers are in Hamptons, and they're not spending time. This is the month when, the whole world actually takes off usually, right? The month of August. So we might just get a very choppy sideways type of month price action before resumption of some trending move in September. So I suggest you trade smaller position sizes and do not overstay your welcome in profitable trades. You have to be in and out quicker rather than hold on to trades for a longer time. Why? Well, like I said, because less participants, more people will be, not a lot of capital will be committed this month towards pushing the price to create a trend. Thus, it's more advisable to understand that we might be in a ranging environment and be nimble and take profits quicker with small position sizes. All right, let's dive in. So the month of July was a risk-on type of environment where we've rallied in the second half. Nicely, we took out, this is a NASDAQ daily. So let's jump in and see where we are right now. As you can see, this was the topping process that we've identified. We've taken out the support, retested it, went down, made a new low, and now we're retesting this thing again. And this is the second half of July. We rallied out of this consolidation right here. So what's next? Well, what's next is I think we're still going to go a little higher and retest this trend line here, as you can see. And that means I will be looking for sells around this area. If we dip and start going back up, I'm still in a buying mode. Why? Well, because we're making higher highs and higher lows on a intermediary type of time frame, but we are still doing that, so we are still in a buy mode. So I'm going to be looking for sales around this level here, or if we take out this trend line break and we start rolling over, that means the bigger trend resumption, which is down right on the weekly, is going down. So until I see the structure change and break of structure at this point right here, I'm not interested in the sells. I will be still looking for buys. So obviously we are a little bit overstretched, overbought, as you can. This is the. So I had this channel already. Remove this. We are moving in this channel, so I think a pullback into this previous resistance zone here is warranted on the stock indices, and basically, if we drift lower, let me. Where are my drawing tools? Drawing tools. So here we go. So if we do something like this, right, and then we start taking off, we basically gonna draw a trend line. So once we have that trend line break continuation, I'm gonna be looking for buys from this area right here. Don't chase it up here. This is a bear market rally, so it can squeeze higher without offering you much of a pullback, but I think we might get something like this in coming sessions, and that's where basically this is what I'm looking for here. And as you can see, so no, this was right. This was the top. So a little pullback here. This wasn't super clean, obviously, but a break through the trend line if we create a bull flag, because this was a bull flag as well. And if we create same structure here with a pullback into the previous zone, which happened here as well. So basically this was the zone. We retested it on the daily, it looks like, or 8 hour. As you can see on an 8 hour, which is a little higher time frame, you can see that this was the previous resistance turned support. We've probed below it, but as you can see, the 8 hour candle closed exactly above the level, right? Exactly above this level. And then we took off. And if I see same pattern form here around this previous resistance now turns support, plus you have the rising uptrend channel support, and confirmed with a trend line break, I will be looking for buys then. Now, if we start rolling over, like I said, then this is the previous, this will be the key structure break. So basically, if we go back into this range, that means we're going to be retesting these lows here. So either way, right now, chasing up here is not advisable. And I'm looking at US NASDAQ and SP 500 and everything else looks, it's the same thing. We can actually switch and just take a look. So as you can see, we had the this is the 8-hour chart. So we had a breakout from this channel, and we've been rising pretty aggressively. So I think at least a pullback to, again, same deal here. Here's the new bullish channel. We need to pull back a little, maybe retest these highs here, and look for buys. If not for buys, if we start rolling over, then we're going to be looking for sells. Once we take out this, we're going to have a change of structure. But for now, we are making higher highs, higher lows, and in a very tight bullish channel, because it is a squeeze, and it came in unexpected. Most people didn't know, weren't expecting this. We did. That's why we've done 22% in the last 3 weeks. And like I said, more than welcome to stop by apexbull.com, find our free Telegram group, and we post the signals there. In any case, this is where I'll be looking for buys on S&P 500, similar structure on NASDAQ as well. Buying up here is not advisable. You can try to sell, but because everybody is trying to sell this thing, it's still squeezing. So people need to throw in the towel. Once they throw in the towel, that's when the downtrend resumption will happen. And it will happen, because this is not, I don't think this was by any means a bottom. With like I said in the intro, with the economy contracting, with the second GDP quarter came in negative, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. People, all the companies firing employees, not looking to hire anybody, with ever increasing prices. So we're gonna still have the CPI, and if it still continues to go up, Fed will have to tighten a lot more aggressively yet still, and that means that this thing is going to start rolling over. But I expect that in the fall, not in August. In August, we can still have that bear market rallies, and just to basically step out weak shorts, and after a lot of people will start throwing in the towel. Oh, God damn it! The economy is going to shit. This should be going lower, but it's going up. Yeah, that's exactly right. Because every single swinging, sees the market that fundamentally it makes sense for it to go down. So they all pile onto one trade, they all short, and they all get squeezed, and that's when the real move happens. So that's simple as that. Now let's take a look at gold. Gold squeezed nicely off the bottom. It came into this huge previous support, and now squeezing higher. So I fully expect, now we are at the first resistance here. I would still be buying the pullbacks, because obviously now we're making higher lows on an 8-hour chart. Daily, same thing. Daily was just super aggressive bounce up, but I still think we have room to go to retest this red channel top, and the breakdown point. This was the breakdown point. The head and shoulders line around 1800. So we still have 20-30 points to go for the retest, and then we'll see. If we start closing above this channel, you should start buying more aggressively, because that means the downtrend is over, and we're going to be looking for retesting this zone here. So that's gold. Let's take a look at the dollar index. So dollar index is looks like it's carving out some kind of topping process, right? So this is just a pullback into the previous resistance turn support. We are through it. So the next level of interest for me is the bottom of, obviously, because this was one swift leg up on a daily. We still have room to go, and if we start bouncing from here, we don't even actually break the structure at all. So we can easily retest this 55 moving average, this moving average cloud that has been serving as a pretty decent bounce point throughout. And we still have some room to go. So it's something like euro dollar and pound, Aussie, New Zealand, etc. They might still recover a little higher, but not by much. So this is euro dollar, similar structures. This is the downtrend channel. So we'll be looking to see what reaction we get around this point here, because this was the, again, breakdown point, the channel top, and we'll see what's going on once the price gets here. If we start breaking up, obviously it's a buy towards the next resistance level, which is going to be this trend line here, and but for now, if we start rolling, I'll be looking for a rollover around this level, because Eurozone is in much more worse shape than US, simply because the winter is coming and they're fucked. So simple as that. If they don't resolve the situation with the Russians anytime soon, and it doesn't look like they are. So this is going to be the key resistance around 104. We still obviously have room to go. So if you're trading on a short-term time frame, here's I just closed my long actually from last week. We were long from somewhere here, and I think we might pull back a little bit. Maybe I'll look for buys around this trend line here on this short-term trade. So obviously we had consolidation. We're still in this sideways chop fest. So I'm not really seeing a decisive breakout. We should have seen a follow through, but since we aren't, that means we're still in a side range. And that tells me, being in August, that this might continue to chop about. So I'll just be buying range lows and selling range highs, but I don't want to sell it just yet here. So I'd rather buy the dip towards this trend line here, the lower zone of consolidation. What else? Oh, well, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin did okay. As you can see, it loves to trend. It loves to trend, even on a 4-hour time frame. And you can see it, once it goes, it goes. Then it creates goes down. If you buy the breakout to the top, you simply buy the breakout of the trend line every single time. You can see it, or sell if you're a seller. So sell here, profit. Buy here, profit. Then again, breakdown, profit. Now we just took out. Let me clean this up a little. So an aggressive, we've made a new high, and now we're retreating. So what I will be looking at actually for crypto is this. I want this price to go down here to this point, so channel support, and then start breaking out from this trend line. Once it happens, that's a long for new highs to mid 20s again, because now we still have this price inefficiency, this inefficient price here. So I think a very good chance we might retest this bottom low, or at least retest this wick low around, where's my tools, this level here. So around 25 300 level. If we buy around 22, we target 25, 3,000 points on leverage. Perfect fucking trade. So right, ETH, similar. Actually, ETH did retest the bottom, as you can see, of the structure, and Bitcoin is playing catch up to retest this bottom of the structure here. So ETH is actually leading in this regard, and you can see that it's still in a bull mode. Why? Well, because impulse consolidation. This chop fest right here is a consolidation. So if you actually, I would be a buyer here, not a seller. So once we take out this trend line, I think we're going to have another leg up easily, going to about 2,000 probably is in the cards, and then maybe retest in months to come this trend line here, after which we'll make decisions, more rollover, or we buy the breakout. Again, This is the uptrend channel right now. Until this channel is broken, I'm not interested in the sells. Personally, I would rather buy the dip here, and then once we take out this structure, this trend line here, I will add to the position to target 2000. So somewhere here. That would be the ETH. What else? And yeah, so that's about it. I'm waiting for the setups. As you can see, we tried to sell this morning. We are up at heavy resistance zone, right? You can see that multiple times probed around this level. So now we're probing again. So I can't justify buying here already, even though we caught most of this move up. I can't justify buying here right now, but I will need to see some kind of pullback like this that will allow me to enter into the position, take a long position in this still recovery bear market risk on rally. All right, as always, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and you're more than welcome to stop by apexbull.com, and the link is to our free Telegram group there. Hope it helps. Enjoy.